Hello and welcome everybody to the World of Outlaw Week 11 here at Eldora. I thought I'd get started with some qualifying laps like always, so let's move into those. Qualifying at Eldora is pretty much a must. Everybody tends to run about the same line and everything, so you need to be starting as close to the front as you possibly can. Get a good race out of the night. Eldora is one of the ones where, pretty much like always, you want to stay top, get your speed up, and then try to take the short line and get the quick time on the bottom. Qualified decent here. Wasn't too bad. I forgot to look, but it wasn't too bad. I was pretty close to the front. Let's move into Heat 1. I wasn't in Heat 1, but there's a couple pro drivers in here from the they're always on Dirt Vision every week for their racing. So one of them was Chris Brenner. They're in the number 2 car. He jumped out to an early lead. I probably should have done a lot better camera coverage. I just kind of stuck it on him, and then I was paying attention to something else. And anyways, he gets such a big lead that there's no real racing to watch here. I apologize for that, but yeah, he jumped out there and just kept gapping him further and further. But with that said, and I'm sure you don't want to just sit here and watch him run around, let's go ahead and move on to Heat 2. So I got to start in the 3rd position in Heat 2. It's a inside position. The track's still kind of fresh, so inside's not too bad. Mainly here at Eldora, you're going to run the very top of the track, but the first lap or two at the get-go, you want to stay low if you're on a fresh track. I believe we're fixing to go green here. So I take the low line. It gives me a pretty good run on the 6 car here. The 6 car just 90'd it in the corner. I'd already committed to the corner, so there wasn't much I could do there. But neither one of us got taken out, so it was alright. I picked up position 2 and pretty much stayed there for the rest of the race. The 15 car, he's starting to make a move on me, but I can't really see him at this point, because he's not far enough forward for me to see. Somewhere in here, he shows me a wheel. And when he does, that's when I decide to, start laying down some good laps. I was just kind of cruising right there. I got to see his wheel, and then so I decided, I'm gonna run the high line in 3 and 4, and duck and start ducking in on 1 and and 4 and 1. But yeah, I ran the high line in 2 and 3. So. Anyways, by doing that, I was able to gap him. You know, it's about track position and what lines you're going to run. And yeah, so second place in the heat 2. That's going to put me in 4th place in the feature. I believe I'll be outside row 2. Let's go ahead and move into the feature. Yeah, outside row 2, P4, not a bad spot to start in the feature. Kept telling myself not to get too racy at first. You got a lot of fuel on board, so ass end wants to come around a lot, and then some of these guys, they spend a lot more time qualifying than they do actually. And in my opinion, they need to spend a lot more time with fuel. They'll drop to 3 gallons and do a lot of qualifying runs and stuff, trying to lower their qualifying laps, so they get a good start. But what tends to happen is if you don't run any with fuel in your car, when you add that fuel back on, your ass end wants to come around a lot quicker. So, in my opinion, I think you need to spend a lot more time in your race setup than you do in your qualifying setup. So I fall back to position 6 there. Let a couple guys get by me. Like I said, we got 30 laps to go. I went to the low line, try to make up some time, but once they get up there on that high group and they get a couple laps in, they've got so much momentum that running that low line's not really going to help you that much until like some slick forms. And the slick does form in the low, but if you can run in between the slick and say the guy in front of you just happened to run the high line and caught a little bit of slick, then you can run just underneath it and pull out of it a little bit better, gain a little ground. So right now I'm just kind of in cruise control, waiting for some fuel to burn off, waiting for the car to come to me, basically, if you're familiar with what I'm talking about. Just want to pace these guys and not let them get too far in front of me, and we'll get racing here in a little bit. That brings out our first caution. I got a short clip here I'll play for you. Yeah, the wrecks at Eldora weren't quite as bad as the ones that happened at Knoxville. I mean, you can have some pretty serious wrecks here at Eldora, but in this race they were just kind of bouncing off the wall or whatever and couldn't keep their car going. If you come to a stop at any time that's basically what happens, is to throw a caution out so the rest of the guys don't end up wrecking into you. looks like we're fixing to go back to green. I did fall back a position there to 7th, I believe. Or no, I'm still in 6th position there. But right here, I think that's the 6th car right there, and the 18. They both took the low line, so you know, I didn't get to jump down there like I wanted to at the start, and I ended up losing another position there. Then we had a caution come out, which I've got a short clip I want to play of that for you. Yeah, it looked like he just kind of tagged the wall and got spun around there. You know, sometimes cautions come out for the smallest thing, you know, but they're there for a reason, I guess. So now that I'm in the 7th position, I'll be starting inside, which that's fine right now, because if you notice, there's a slick starting to form at the top, so they're going to have to be real picky about where they get on the gas right off the get-go. And if I play my cards right and I avoid the slick on the bottom, I can choose like a mid-groove almost and try to pick up some positions here. So I take the low line there, running the mid groove, and I was able to get back in front of the 18 car, taking my 6th position back. Started working on the 5 car, but he's already got his momentum up, so I went ahead and went to the top and just started, you know, pacing laps again, just to, you know, it's not quite go time yet, so I'm just kind of running down some fuel again. Right there, I got in the slick, 90'd it, and ended up taking out the 18 car. That was my fault there, which brought out our next caution. And since you've seen it happen, I didn't bring a clip out for it. But this time when we restart, I'm saying, man, it's probably getting to be close to go time, so I'm gonna give a little run at it and see how it goes, you know.
Motherfucker, man, something wrong with my fucking pedals.
So the number 1 car and the 2 car, which is our pro driver Chris Brenner, he I guess he had some pedal problems. They must have been looking at him or something and ended up hitting the 1 car, and that took both of them out of the race. So
I'm outside behind the 5, right there.
Pick up 2 more positions there, and I'd actually made it to 5th. So now I'm in 3rd on this restart, which is another inside start here. So right away I go ahead and dive on the inside of the 5 car there, pick him up, get a spot there. The 2 in front of me touched each other. I thought I had Kevin right here for the 2nd spot, I backed out of it a little bit to keep us both from wadding it up. Kevin hit the wall there, actually got by him, but we didn't have a complete lap in before the caution came out. So they ended up giving the second spot back to Kevin there, put me in third.
I got screwed on the fucking retard. Not that much.
If you said 13, the only reason I was in that was because the guy behind me never
Let
lifted.
me show you a short clip of that
You haven't
wreck.
lifted once, you just going through everybody. That took me out the first part of the race.
We're crazy, dude. I just got my first 2X right now because the guy behind me didn't lift.
Like that, no sorry. But I've seen you do it.
And it looked like 3 or 4 cars got caught up in that.
Excuse me. No. Yeah. 13 or 16. I think it's a 16 got me first. I'm sorry. If I got you, I'm sorry. I've been listening every quarter.
I tell you, it wasn't me. I literally just got my first 2X because the guy behind me didn't lift.
Those two seemed to bicker the rest of the race.
All I know is I got hit from the rear that last lap, so.
Yep, someone spun down across the track. I looked at the guy behind me didn't.
Here we take the green. I was actually in the slick whenever they jumped, so I had to wait a second, and that put me back in 4th position here. I started making my move back on the 5 car here. I was reeling him in. I was hoping to get to him before they can get their momentum up on that high groove there.
I saw that happen in running it.
And it just didn't happen before the next caution came out. Let me show you a clip of that. Well, what happens here is the 13 car, I guess, was in a wreck earlier, and he must have damaged his cooling system or something on the car, so he popped an engine finally. And he didn't quite have enough momentum to get all the way off the track on the pit lane there, so they threw the caution because, he came to a dead stop on the track.
Sorry, Dan, but that's justice for I got screwed on that restart. I think I would have had you anyways, but good racing.
And what happened is we don't have enough laps to go green again, so this is pretty much how we finished. I was a little frustrated on that because I think I could have done a little better there in the last 2 or 3 laps. But 4th place here, it's not bad. So I'm happy with where I finished up. Let me know how you like the new paint job. I forgot to even mention it. It's the first race with the new paint job, and I did it to kind of highlight the change of the channel name. I dropped the online out of online dirt sim racing to just dirt sim racing. I think it's a lot easier to say, maybe easier to remember. And the DSR, that's just the initials for it.
What the hell was that?
The fuck was that?
That was 18 gunning it and running into people like an idiot.
Yeah, these guys are still running into each other after the race is over with and stuff, man. That stuff will get you banned, so I just try to stay out of it, find a clean place to park and exit out before anything else happens. But hopefully you liked the show and enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.